On Monday, a magnitude 7.8 earthquake struck central Turkey and northwest Syria, causing extensive damage and leaving at least 1,700 dead and thousands injured. The quake was followed in the early afternoon by another large quake of magnitude 7.7, the effects of which were yet to be determined. In Turkey, the death toll stood at 1,014 people, while in Syria, the health ministry said about 430 people had died and more than 1,000 were injured. In the Syrian rebel-held northwest, a United Nations spokesperson said 255 people had died. Rescue workers searched through rubble with their bare hands to try and save casualties, but the winter weather and the fact that the quake struck in the night made things more difficult. SpaceX plans to launch a commercial communications satellite to orbit on Monday, February 6, and viewers can watch the action live. The Falcon 9 rocket will carry the Amazonas Nexus satellite for the Spanish company Hispasat. After the rocket lifts off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida, its first stage will come back to Earth for a vertical touchdown 8.5 minutes later. The Falcon 9 will also carry the SAS-22 communications satellite, the Hakuto-R moonlander, and 3 batches of SpaceX's Starlink internet satellites. The Amazonas Nexus will then spend more than 6 months in geostationary orbit, providing internet service to broad swaths of the globe. President Biden is set to deliver the State of the Union address on Tuesday to a skeptical country, with a majority of Americans saying he has achieved little since taking office. A Washington Post ABC News poll finds that 62% of Americans think he has accomplished not very much or little or nothing. Despite this, the president is expected to tout his accomplishments and remind voters that many of the laws he signed during the first half of his term are just now being implemented. According to the poll, on many of Biden's signature initiatives, majorities of Americans say they do not believe he has made progress. The poll's findings are not reassuring for either party, with most Americans closer to Biden's position than the GOP's on the looming fight over the debt limit. The National Enquirer, a tabloid that has been involved in several scandals involving former President Donald Trump, has been sold to a joint venture involving Theodore Farnsworth, the former MoviePass chairman who has been criminally charged with securities fraud. The deal was for a price of a little under $100 million, and both sides of the transaction have controversial and checkered histories. The news of the deal comes a week after the former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker was seen entering a Manhattan courthouse to determine whether to charge Trump over an alleged scheme to pay hush money to Stormy Daniels. On Monday morning, a 4.2 magnitude earthquake was detected in the Buffalo region of western New York, according to Earthquakes Canada. The USGS reported that it was actually a 3.8 magnitude earthquake centered around 2 kilometers northeast of West Seneca, and reports of the quake were heard from as far away as Wilson and Hamburg. Aaron Roberts in West Seneca captured video of the event, and Daybreak's anchors Melissa Holmes and Pete Gallivan held a Facebook Live to share further information about the earthquake. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more news summaries.